Now, retiring early is a bit like winning the lottery, right? Who doesn't want to do it? But and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Actually, it's something that I speak from my experience. It's actually a very good thing. But I think that requires some preparation, and there are some warning signs that we need to take into account. So here I'm assuming that there is no money problem, that you have enough money to retire. I would like to list to you some of the things that you lose when you retire. The first thing that you lose is the community, the sense of community. Now you might tell me, well, I didn't like anyone at work, so it's not a big miss. Regardless, every morning you used to go somewhere where you had people. You might have some chats with them or not, but there were people, there were a group that you were belonging to. And when you stay at home or even when you socialize, when you stop working, and we talk about this later on, you don't have the same rhythm. You don't have the same every morning I'm going to see this group and the likes. And the paradox, and just to give you a bit of an example that is a bit dramatic, if you like, is when children are being mistreated by their parents, they still want to stay with their parents. They don't want to move away from them. So it's a little bit the same phenomenon, of course, on a different scale. I don't want to put the two in the same basket. But even when some things are not good for us, or people we don't like, we still miss that. We miss this sense of community. Every morning, 8 o'clock, yes, I was seeing this group. So you could tell me, well, I have plenty of friends, I can see friends. But there are two challenges. The first is when you retire early, there's a chance that your friends are still working unless you all retire early. And the second thing is, do you think that your friend want to see you every day from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock? I mean, it's one thing seeing them on weekends or sometimes midweek catch-ups and the like, but you're never going to have the same intensity with your friends or with your family that you had with your community. So even at the end of the day, you will have a gap here. And this is what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you don't retire early. I'm just telling you do some preparation around this. Who's going to fill that community gap for you? The second thing that you lose when you retire early is you're not an expert anymore. I mean, regardless of your job, I'm sure that there was something that you were doing and you were doing well because you were a professional, right? And when you retire, nobody really cares about this task anymore. You're just an everyday person, and on a certain level, that is something that we miss. This level of recognition. And this is why so many, Top Gun managers, when they retire, they try to go into another type of management to manage this charity. You often hear a CEO that retires and then go and manage charities and the likes because they miss this power so much. Now, on top of the community that I was talking about before, when we go to work, we have a routine. You are getting up at the same time during the week, you go there, and then in a way that prevents you from from thinking about what you're going to do, and you are going to wonder sometimes, oh, what am I doing this week? Even if you're very busy, you do not have the same mandatory things to do. So it's one thing to do something because you have to do it. You could think, oh, I used to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now I have 40 hours when I can focus on something. But the difference is it won't be mandatory. So you will just have to decide yourself and say, yes, I want to do this again today. So I think it's important to have a routine, but don't be too hard on yourself. Don't fill your agenda from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Make sure that at least every day there is something that you need to do. Another thing that we miss is the busyness, as I was saying. It's a bit related to the routine part that I mentioned just before. But we are busy when we work. And therefore, when we are less busy, there's more time for what? There's more time for thinking. And you might think it's good. But from my personal experience, when I was working, bang, 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 yes, everything is fine. I want to take holidays. Even when I have breaks from work, anyway, I'm going to go back to work soon. But there is, when you retire, you don't have this. So in a way, this is why I think the final tip, if you like, is the spiritual life, putting religion aside. For me personally, that really made me think about my spirituality. So that's it. So I'm not just trying to tell you don't retire early, but I'm just saying just be careful. There are downfalls. I was giving the analogy earlier on about winning at the lottery. We all think it's fantastic, but there's a large amount of people win at the lottery, and after they, so it doesn't end up that well for them. And we all think, oh no, no, for me that, forget about it. I won't be like this. I won't be like this. So something to think about.